Okay. Hey, YouTube, I'm back here to look at some more games and try to find some more bets. Looks like we ended up having another great day. We went up a couple units here, bringing the channel record to 41 and 21. So on a roll still. Hoping we can keep it going. We'll go over the games from tonight and then get right into the new ones. So, first game was James Madison. This was the first bet I took yesterday. I got it as soon as the line opened up, got it at -4.5. They ended up winning by close to 10, possibly over 10. I mean, it was close for a second for sure, but they were basically had a double digit lead for a while, and then it kind of got close in the second half before they pulled away with it. But they did good. I was right about the Cajuns coming off that other game. I didn't think they would be able to hang with them. I mean, they were down the whole game, so I was not really sweating this one too much. So James Madison held it down. Now they will go again to play tomorrow night in the next round of the tournament. So we'll see how they do tomorrow. Next game was the Minnesota-Indiana over. This was just a bad bet. The Gophers couldn't score at all. So Indiana kind of just destroyed them, and it was just Minnesota barely scored any points, so it didn't really have a good chance. I mean, after the first half, I thought it was good. I thought it would go over, but I mean, Minnesota just couldn't do anything in the second half, so tough loss for Minnesota. Looks like Indiana does have a pulse, though. That was a really needed win for them. And then next game was SIU Edwardsville. I don't know why I took this game. I really don't. I liked it a lot, but it's just like a weird game. I should have known. I should have just been like, this is just not a good game and not been on it, but whatever, you know. You live and you learn. I liked it, so I went for it. And Edwardsville is eliminated, so we'll see how Eastern Illinois does in the next round. They will be playing tomorrow as well. So I did take a quick look at the game and consider fading them, but I'm not gonna do it. And then on to some more winners. Wagner was a great win. They won outright. They kept it close the whole time. There were some lead changes, but Wagner ends up pulling it off. Oh, that's supposed to be a +5.5, by the way, not minus. It's actually supposed to be a +4.5. So that spread is wrong, but we still won. So on to the next one, St. Joe's. Yeah, I said this game looked like a pick 'em, and I grabbed St. Joe's because of it, could get in the 4.5, and I just think they're honestly an okay team. So they ended up pulling it off, winning outright. They almost blew it though, honestly. Like they had a huge lead, and then in the second half they just couldn't score, and Davidson started draining threes, and they almost came back and won it. But St. Joe's pulling off the win, so they were a live dog in this one, brought us home the W. And then last game, Cal. This was another game I liked, just based on the fact that Georgia Tech is terrible. And my theory was right. Georgia Tech is bad. They had a pretty big lead in the first half, and then at the end of the first half, Cal closed it up to like maybe around 5 points, give or take. And then second half, Cal just got ahead, and they won this game by over 10 points or around 10. So good win, Cal. Thank you. And let's get into the games for tomorrow. First game I got here. So I have a weird bunch of games. I just kind of got the ones that I like wanted, like would be most likely to bet. So we'll see what we got. But for this one, I'm on the Salukis. I'm on Southern Illinois for sure. And the reason is just that Drake is just again like I just think this is an actual terrible team. They just like second half of the season just fell off a cliff and never recovered. If anything, just got worse. So it's like every single category, the Salukis have a good edge. You know, their top range of the edge in most categories is around 4.5. But just looking at second half of the season and conference play, I mean, it's not even close. Like the Salukis are going out and winning games, so teams that Drake is losing to by 7 to 8 points, and this is the whole second half of the season. So I like the Salukis just based on their recent body of work is just so much better, and I just don't think Drake is good at all. So going into this elimination game, I mean, they're struggling on the road. They're going on the road and losing by 6 to teams that are a little worse than the Salukis. So I really like it. And then you have all conference play. Drake is just losing to teams by 6.5 to 8 points that are again like around the same or worse than the Salukis. Even in the ranked column over here, I mean you still see Drake losing by 7 to again teams that are around the same rank statistically as the Salukis. So I think Drake is gonna get destroyed. I think the Salukis are gonna have a good game. So I grabbed them. I like this one a lot. So go Salukis. We'll be on them tomorrow. Okay. Next game, South Carolina State at North Carolina Central. I really like the underdog in this game. Like, I'm honestly getting these teams as pretty similar in conference play and even overall, factoring in the whole season. I'm getting North Carolina Central as like a 2 to 4 point favorite. So I got this, I got in on this at 8.5. I mean, I am a little skeptical just because SC State isn't, I mean, they're not great. And they did almost not cover for me like a couple days ago, but for some reason, them like almost blowing that game has just made me more motivated to choose them. So this is an elimination game. Oh no, it's not. So this is just a regular season game. Let's see what the let's see how many of these guys are going to the tourney. It's only 7 teams. Okay, so the tournament doesn't start yet. There is seeding, so I'm sure that let's see. It looks like both teams. Oh, well, South Carolina State can't really improve their seed, which is, I think, why they're such a big dog here. I guess people think that they're not going to try, which, again, I don't really subscribe to that. I think that every team is going to try to get any wins they can to close out the season here. So we got South Carolina State 1, 2, 3, 4 as the 5 seed. So even if they win, they can't catch up to anybody because there's only one game left. Whereas North Carolina Central, if they win and Norfolk loses, they can technically surpass them and they can even get to around Morgan State if Morgan State loses too. So North Carolina has more to play for and they're at home. So I think based on that, they're just getting this wild number. But at the end of the day, these are conference rivals who both want to win this game. And there's just no reason for me to believe that North Carolina should be laying close to 10 points in this game. I mean, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this closed at like 6.5. I think that's more realistic. Because even their home edge, for the whole season, they're both losing. So South Carolina State going on the road and losing by 16 to teams that are a lot better, but they are also losing to a similar sample of teams at home by about 10. So they have a 6 point edge tops at home. And both of these teams are pretty bad. They're pretty similar though, so I honestly expect this to be a close game. So I would happily take the 8.5 because in my head this game could go either way. So I'm gonna just take the 8.5 with South Carolina State on this one. Let's see real quick. So what has North Carolina really been up to? They're off a couple wins, so I don't mind fading them off a couple wins at all. They lost to South Carolina State recently too, after the game was postponed. So I mean, South Carolina has a proven ability to beat this team already. So it is an interesting revenge spot. Like I get that. Like I see all the reasons why this number got pushed up so high, but I don't agree with that. I mean, I'm gonna just stick to the models here and just roll with the 8.5 because I don't think all those factors really should push the spread up that high at all. Let's see how they're ending the season. See, like they took a rough string of losses, and then they beat Delaware State by only a couple points. So I think they're due for another win here. Although they haven't won twice in conference in a row, but they don't have to win. They just have to lose by less than 9. So I think they can do that. So I'm in on them on this. Let's see. Wow, Drake is 1-9 against the spread. 5-6 on the road. Salukis are 7-3 against the spread last 10. 5-8 against the spread on the road. So Salukis are above 500 last 10 games. I mean, being 1-9 against the spread for Drake the last 10 is crazy. They sort of have an injury too, this guy, but he doesn't get used a lot, but he is kind of a big. It is a guy that they could use. That's an old news injury for the Salukis. SC State 4-5 against the spread, 6-12 at home. I mean on the road. So South Carolina State is 6-12 on the road against the spread. So that's pretty far below 500. Where you have North Carolina Central also actually in bad shape. I mean, they're 3-5 against the spread at home and 3-7 against the spread last 10. So not amazing there either, but as long as there are no injuries. Nope. All right, cool. So I like those first two. I'm rolling. Let's see what else we got. Oh, these spreads weren't even out when I was looking at this. There should be a spread for James Madison now. I thought it was like 1.5. But well, let's see what else we got. All right, here we go. Speak of the devil. So I got James Madison versus Southern Miss. This is a neutral site elimination game. So James Madison is straight off the win today. I like them in this game, honestly. It's like I don't have them having that big of an edge, but end of season, I do have them with like a 3.5 to 7 point edge in conference play, and a 1.5 to 3 point edge in conference play, and second half of the season play. On the road, both teams, are losing, but James Madison is losing by a couple points less. So I see why the line is where it's at. I don't really know how great I feel about it that I'll get in on this though. But not like James Madison. I think they're gonna beat them by, a few possessions and keep it moving. I think they are gonna make a little run in the conference tournament. I don't think that they can win it, but I think they can get close. All right, next game is Indiana State versus Valparaiso. So this game, I like Valpo. But there's just something about it. Like, I just don't trust Valpo to win games. It's a small spread, too. Like, I have it 1.5 to 3. So at minus 2.5, I don't know that I really see a great reason to really look too much into this and move on this. I just don't really trust Valpo. So Indiana State, I mean, the line being where it's at, it's tempting, but I'm not gonna move on this. It's just too close for me to try to predict what's gonna happen. So I like Valpo, but I'm not gonna get involved in this one. Next game, Holy Cross at Lehigh. I really like Holy Cross as the dog in this game. I think like they've beaten Lehigh this season. Lehigh's off a few wins. Like they really only have a strong edge home versus away, but I don't, again, I've said this before, these home versus away samples include a lot of old non-conference play from several months ago. So I think that these samples in conference are the best to look at to kind of predict what is going to happen in these elimination games. So, like, I think this is going to be a close game. I'm getting it 2.5 to 5 Lehigh, so it will be close, but can't lie, I'm leaning towards Holy Cross. Thinking about taking them. It's crazy. Lehigh doing well against the spread. No injuries, so that's good. Let's just check what they've been up to. Like, I wish this was like plus 7.5. Maybe it'll get to that. Okay, so Holy Cross off of a win, not ideal. Holy Cross dead last in conference. This is the tournament, though. This is going on, so if they lose, they're out. Let's double check that, but yep, we're in it. We are in it. Holy Cross just survived. Yesterday they survived. Okay, this is interesting. This is elimination for sure. I could see the Crusaders upsetting right here. We got the Mountain Hawks off of 3 wins. They lost to Navy, who's #1. They lost to Holy Cross once. Then they beat Holy Cross in the past by 8 points. So, whatever. I could see Holy Cross upsetting this. It's kind of a crazy call, though. So, I don't know if I'm actually going to move on that. But I could see them winning if not winning. Like, I could see them covering this, losing by like 4 points. But is that enough? Honestly, I don't think it's enough. So I'm probably not going to move on it, but I am considering Holy Cross. I'll watch the numbers. I'll watch the numbers. All right, next game, Howard at Norfolk State. I'm on Howard for on this one for sure. I love this Howard team, and I mean they have a pretty big edge across the board here. I mean, looking at the home versus away, yeah, but Howard like had a really rough start to the season. So I don't really think that this sample's too useful here. We could take a quick look at their games, but in conference play, it's just unbelievable how easily Howard is just destroying teams in their conference. I mean, we're talking about like a 7.5 to 15 point edge in the last like 8 conference games. Second half of season, still a similar edge. Like it's like I don't see how Howard doesn't come in and just destroy this team. Like this is a not like an elimination game or anything, but their seeding can be affected here. So where are they? Howard at Norfolk State. This is the MEAC. I'm pretty sure they all go to the tournament, but oh wow, okay, so 7 of them. Okay, so it doesn't start yet. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Oh yeah, but Coppin State like got eliminated for some reason. I forget what happened, but like Coppin State like got eliminated from being a contender in the conference tournament for like academic reasons or something ridiculous. So all of these teams are in it. They're definitely fighting for seeding. Like Howard does need this win to lock the conference and take the number 1 spot. Like theoretically, if Morgan State wins and they lose, there could be an issue there. So I like Howard a lot. I think they need this win to just secure the number 1 spot and secure their dominance. And they have no reason not to come in here and want to destroy this team. I mean, they'll have several days off before conference play starts, so it's not like I think a serious look ahead at all. I think they're just going to come in here and just destroy them. So I'm rolling with Howard. Ah, these guys are good. Haven't lost in conference since Morgan State, which is surprising, but Morgan State is like playing like suspiciously good. Like I was looking at them and considering taking them tomorrow, but they've just been playing suspiciously good. Like I think Morgan State takes an L tomorrow and Howard State just emerges as the champions of the conference. No, first Norfolk State is not good. I mean, they had this one run that kind of pushed them up in conference standings, this recent run, but they just took an L. They're ready to take another L. They just lost to Howard like last time by 28 points. Like Howard just comes in and has been destroying teams, so I just can't resist grabbing them for this, especially at -5.5. So we will be on Howard. Make sure there's no injuries. Howard 9-1 against the spread last 10 is crazy, but it's just like I don't understand why they're being undervalued in every game. So I'm gonna just not worry about that. And I think that might be why people are maybe not jumping on the line, or maybe the line moved already. Let's see. Oh, they're not showing it. Okay, but as long as there's no injuries, we are rolling. All right, next game. We got Tulane at Temple. I like Tulane in this game a lot. Like, I honestly see this as a pick 'em. Like, I think Temple had like an alright start to conference play and an alright start to the season, but they're not a great team. Tulane is not a great team either, but they've been playing so good in conference and they've been on a roll and they look good. They look excited and like they're off a pretty tough loss. So. I think that this is a great bounce back spot for them to continue their rampage. Is this MIAC too? Oh, this is American. So these guys are definitely fighting for seeding. 2 games left too to get a better seed. So it's like Temple 7-9. Like these guys can both get better seeding from wins net right now. So they want wins. And this is an obtainable win for Tulane. I might I might bet this. Temple on an absurd string of losses is definitely, I think, contributing to the line going in their favor so much. But Tulane off a couple losses, I like that more than I worry about this because, I mean, I don't think Temple is very good. They do have some wins in conference. Like the South Florida win is crazy. Like that's crazy that they beat them. Like UTSA is horrible, Rice is bad, East Carolina is bad. Like they haven't beat any respectable teams in the conference besides South Florida, which like again, sounds like a fluke. But I see why people like them in this game for sure. Like Tulane went on a 4 game run, yeah, but it was versus decent teams. Temple, UAB, North Texas, Memphis. They started off conference play really hot, then they went on a losing streak. Two decent teams. I mean, they lost to UAB, North Texas, and Florida Atlantic, and they beat all those teams at other points of the season. So, yeah, it's hard for me to back off Tulane, but like these losses are what would do it. So just the fact that Temple is off so many losses with that proven ability to win in conference is like kind of iffy, especially with them at home. But I mean, Tulane's gonna come here and scrap, so I might take them. Sometimes I just gotta fade the spots and I just don't always believe in them. So we'll see what else we got, but I like how even Temple at home is versing teams that are similar to Tulane, and they are only winning by like 3. And Tulane is going on the road versus similar teams to Temple and winning. So, yeah, I really like them here. Like Tulane is beating better teams in conference the whole second half of the season, where they're basically losing to teams that are, yeah, a little bit better than Tulane, fine, but they're not that much better than Tulane for them to be just losing outright consistently. So I really like Tulane. We'll see what I do. Tulsa at East Carolina. I'm gonna probably roll with Tulsa for this one. I think they pull up and just destroy this team, similar to what they did to Tulane the other day. But I like this Tulsa team. This is the same situation where these guys have some time before their tournament starts and they're all battling for seeding. So, like, yeah, theoretically, if Tulsa wins out, they have a real shot at being the 1 seed, depending on if they beat South Florida, which they didn't. But so maybe not the 1 seed, but they could be the 2 seed. So they're going to be on the hunt. They're going to be looking to destroy teams. They just went on the road and they've been just destroying teams the past few games. So I think that they continue doing that. I mean, it's not a huge spread, especially considering East Carolina. I mean, they can improve their seeding too. They're 6-10, like they can move up a couple seeds if Temple and Memphis take a L. So some stuff to fight for here in the American Conference. And they're off 2 wins. Oof, yeah, they're gonna get destroyed. I think I'm gonna roll Tulsa here and just lay that 8.5 because I saw 9.5s as well, but I'm not sure what the numbers are at now. I gotta go check after this and get the best ones. But Tulsa is just a way better team. I mean, we're talking about Tulsa going on the road and beating way better teams by 8 on average. So that's a great stat. They're going and playing in conference, winning by 12 to 13 the whole second half of the season versus better teams. I mean, even looking at the best teams, they're still winning by 6.5, so almost reaching the number versus teams that are so much better. So I mean, I'm getting them winning by 7 to 14. So, like, would I like to buy in this at 7.5? Yeah. Do I think I'm gonna get that? No. So, I'm gonna probably just buy in at what it's at and just lay the 8.5 with Tulsa because I think they pull up and just destroy this team. All right, now we got Sam Houston at Delaware. So this game, there's not really any seeding implications, but This is an example of like I think a team that, their seed is locked. Delaware is terrible. I think they just come here and just destroy them to pick up one last win and just win by double digits pretty easily. I mean, Sam Houston again is in conference just beating teams by worse than this routinely that are better than Delaware. They are going on the road versus teams that are a lot better than Delaware and winning, whereas Delaware is at home losing to teams by this number, worse teams than Sam Houston. So there's a lot of things I like about this game. If I could get Sam Houston at a 5.5, that'd be amazing. Let me scroll through them real quick, see what they're at. But I like some of these favorites to just honestly come in and destroy. Been doing it every week. Tulane is still at +4.5. Yeah, the lines aren't moving. Ooh, Tulsa is 9.5 on FanDuel. If I could find an 8.5, though, I'll grab that with them for sure. Sam Houston is 6.5 -108 on DraftKings. Howard is the -5.5. Okay, so potential for Sam Houston to get a little cheaper. I'll look into these, but obviously I want the cheapest possible number I can get right now. But I like Sam Houston to destroy Delaware. I like Tulsa to destroy East Carolina. I think I'll probably roll with both of those to be honest. I bet you I can get a good number too by before the game starts. All right, let's just check real quick. What have they been up to? I think there's just one more game I had after this but that I liked. So yeah, Sam Houston's seed is locked. Delaware is just dead last. I don't think they could like they might be able to, but even if they tie with these teams, they lost to them. So I mean, Delaware would have to have how many games left? Two games. They would have to have both of these teams lose out, New Mexico State and UTEP lose out, and them win out. And they're going up against Sam Houston, who's like the 2 seed. So yeah, I mean, I just feel like they're just over it. I mean, they make it into the tournament anyway, so they'll get to battle then. I think they're not even really. I think, if anything, they're the team that's looking ahead to the tournament right here. Sam Houston off some wins, but Sam Houston is good. Like, they're the second best team. They lost to Liberty once, they only played them once. They win mostly every conference game, so they have no reason not to just pull up and destroy this team. They've been out here covering this number versus a decent amount of their opponents. They run some close games, but 100 points versus Florida International, and then only winning by they're off a short win here to Missouri State, so I think that they will come in here pretty well rested. It's a little bit of a far travel spot, but first leg of their travel, yeah, they're gonna whoop them. All right, let's see what they've been up to. Well, they've just been losing a lot. I mean, no surprises here. They're bad. They really are terrible, and they're just skidding out. At least they're at home, but I don't think there's going to be people at this game. I don't think there's much hope for them to do well. Yeah, I like Sam Houston to destroy them. Oh, a couple games left. All right, next game, Bethune-Cookman at Florida A&M. I like Bethune-Cookman here a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure they have the 1 seed locked, but I'm getting them winning by like 3-6 on the road. Even they have a great edge. they're going on the road and beating similar teams by 6 points on average. I mean, Florida A&M is winning at home, but they're winning against teams that are a rating of 300 in Ken Palm. So Bethune-Cookman is 230. So that's a pretty big difference, honestly. Like Cookman is just in conference, just whooping teams that are ranked 300, and they're like barely staying afloat. So I think Bethune-Cookman comes in here and whoops them by several possessions. Like, yeah, is it like, does this game mean anything to Bethune-Cookman? Yeah, I think it does. I think they want to come in and end the season 15-3 in conference. Why wouldn't they want to pick up another easy conference win? I mean, yeah, Florida isn't that far below them, but every team below them is 10-7. Like Bethune-Cookman has 4 games on all of these teams. So yeah, Florida A&M is fighting for seeding, and this would be a huge win for them, but Bethune-Cookman is just too good. This is just an easy one-off travel spot. They just have to show up, whoop them, and go home. It's a late game too, so it's like they'll have all their rest they need. I'm sure they whooped this team already. Not whooped them, but they beat them already. I think that off 3 wins too. Yeah, I'll fade them off 3 wins. Absolutely. I'll sign up for this. So yeah, I think this will be an example of just a 1 seed who just was still out for blood, just looking to pick up a last win. I like Bethune-Cookman in this one. And then last game, South Dakota State at St. Thomas, Minnesota. I really do like St. Thomas in this game. I'm not sure that I'll 100% move on it, but I have the complete wrong table in here, so let me pull that up for this real quick, ruining the end of the video, but it's okay. We'll get what we need. I get my trusted snipping tool out. Alright, so okay. Let's just pretend that other one isn't even there. So St. Thomas 105 ranked in Ken Palm, South Dakota State 216. So just a lot better of a team. And I like the fact that they're actually this is an elimination game. So they're both away. So I'm using 2 away samples, but on the road, St. Thomas is going and playing similar teams and winning by 8. They're playing teams on the road that are a lot worse than St. Thomas, and they're losing by a couple points. In conference play again, St. Thomas is easily covered. Not easily, because they did kind of have a bit of a decline recently, which is why I kind of like to grab them for the bounce back. And they've only been winning by 6.5, but again, still covering the number in every sample here. When you look at what I'm getting here, I'm getting basically 3.5 to 7.5. So not like a huge advantage. So I guess maybe I'm not gonna move on this. I don't know if I am getting even a big enough edge. I would like to see this between like 5 and 10. Hmm. And what are the samples dragging it down? I mean, overall in the ranked. So I honestly think the 2 samples that are the least important are dragging this down a little bit. So I might still just roll with St. Thomas just because this is an elimination game. Yeah, so I think they're gonna come out firing. Yeah, they're playing this in South Dakota, so I guess it is close to South Dakota State. I'm sure they'll have fans there, but I don't think that's gonna matter much. So, all right, let's go through and just reiterate which ones I'm gonna take. Of course, I like a bunch of these, so let's try not to take too many games tomorrow. All right, so I'm on the Salukis -4.5, South Carolina State +8.5. I'll pass on this. Pass. I'm gonna pass on this one. I'm on Howard -5.5 though. I'll probably be on Tulane here +4.5. Tulsa, I'm gonna try to hunt down an 8.5 and scoop it up. Sam Houston -6.5. Bethune-Cookman -1.5. And I might grab St. Thomas too. I'm probably bugging. Let me just count those. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 games, that's a lot. I might honestly just take them all. I really might. We'll see what I end up doing. This is not even the right chart, which is confusing me. Boom. Yeah, we'll see what I end up doing. I think I'm going to take those 8 though. So those are the 8 picks that I'm going to go with for the video. And we will see how I do. Thank you.